Hey, everybody, welcome into Writing Sprint Thursdays. I'm your host, Hank. So glad to have all of you here. It does my heart good every time I peek in ahead of time and see, that the chat is already getting lively and people are excited to get those words in. Does this writer's heart good? So good to see all of you today. Hello, Elena. Hello, TW, Athena, NJ, good to see all of y'all here today. Let's see who else. Aaron, Ashpash, Rachel, Laura. Wow, what a lively group we have already today. Iva, so good to see all of you. Everybody, put in the comments here. Hello, Rosalinda. Tell me what you're working on today. Rosalinda, are you still working on book 4? And if so, where are you? How close are you? And when do you think we'll see book 4 coming out? Let's see. What do we got? Emily. Hello, Hank. Hello, Emily. Good to see you. Rachel. Hello back to you. Ashpash. Hello back to you. Uh, someone mentioned, and it just scrolled past, who NJ said, I usually write in silence, but when feeling unmotivated, sometimes music helps. Does anybody have a writing playlist that they're writing with today? I just reloaded my computer the other day and I can't remember if I installed Spotify or not. So I'm going to have to open it in a tab in my browser while I get it reinstalled. And I have a couple of go-to writing list playlist, and they become so kind of common now that that I don't hear the music exactly. It just kind of sometimes if you're listening to like brand new music or something you're not familiar with, you'll stop and pay attention to the to the lyrics and things like that. And the playlist that I write with most of the time doesn't have any lyrics anyway. But where is it? I've got this lo-fi writing playlist that I just love. It feel when I hear it, it triggers that thing, okay, it's writing time and time to get into it. Uh and I am stalling while I look for it. I'm just gonna search for it. And here we go. And lo-fi creative writing. So share, copy link. Here's the playlist that I'm listening to if anyone wants to join in. Rosalinda said book 4 for sure, but I just figured out that I published my last book with a chapter completely omitted. So I'm a bit frazzled at the moment. Oh no. Well, the great thing about indie publishing is you can fix things and you can re-upload things, and I'm sure you'll find a great way to solve that problem. Rachel says sometimes K-pop Demon Hunter recently. Athena, I'm about there too. First draft though. NJ Batman fanfic today. Ooh, that's provocative. I like that. Let's see. What else? Tell me what else you're working on, folks. NJ, I need ambience to match Batman. You know what? I'll just about bet that someone has thought of that, and that I bet if you dig hard enough, you can probably find it. On my screen, my Dabble project and my word sprints are reversed. Probably not that way for you guys, but I never know with stream if things are flipped or not. So I hope they're not, but I'm working on editing and I've got an editing plan all printed out. And yeah, that's about 30 pages of editing notes. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, here we go, guys. I'll see you in 20 minutes. All right, there's the countdown telling us that sprint number 1 has finished. I hope you guys had a great, time that time. Be sure to copy your words out of that sprint and paste them either into the next sprint or into your word processor choice. We hope you're using Dabble. Why wouldn't you? Um, Sprint number 2, I'll just go ahead and copy and paste the link in here. All right, let's see how everybody did that time. Go ahead and paste in. I didn't. I was working on my plot grid and going through my edit notes, and I'm constructing a plot grid from a finished novel and using that to do my editing process. And so I'm constructing the scaffolding for what will be hopefully will help me to get a visual overview of kind of how my story lies and where I can see where the holes are that need to be filled in and stuff like that. So you're getting the craziness that is my brain today. Let's see. What do we have here? Ashpash said fanfic today. Um Athena said where I work once, they played Golden 4 times in a day. Loved it every time. Love it. Rosalinda said, I love the new sprint name, 320-minute live Pomodoro sprints. Right with us. Well, thank you. We've been trying to play around with titles that will make it easier for folks on YouTube, to find these writing sprints and come in and join us. We're always looking to add to our ranks and to bring new folks in and inspire and motivate and just all the stuff that we try to do. Let's see. Rachel said, working on my vampire novel, taking second on my werewolf one due to needing to get the legend straight. Yeah, that's something I find too. I'll have these ideas that just kind of run rampant and then need to stop and go back and does that make sense? And maybe some things that I discovered in that writing, can I weave those into the plot? And sometimes it opens new lines of thought that never had. Ashbash 780 words, killing it today. That's amazing. Rachel says not bad for being late. 282. Congratulations, Athena 611. Well, you guys are crushing it today. Amazing. Aaron 41 new words, and that is always something we celebrate. Ashbash says love using Dabble. Well, we love that you love using it. And I mean that sincerely. Rosalinda 345, NJ 323, Emily 282. Look at all these great accomplishments today. Jay said life in Gotham is interesting. I would imagine that Gotham is one of those places that's just your adrenal glands just stay pegged out all the time. I can just imagine. Let's see. Like a gothic Chicago. Ooh. I've never been to Chicago, but everything that I've seen about Chicago is it seems a little gothic already, at least portions of it. Iva says, I love outlining with a plot grid. That the plotting and the plot grid are not my default modes. That is something that I've had to work into, and it 100% has helped my writing and my experience, but it's not my default mode. I have to work at it. It's one of those, and just because you have to work at something does not mean that it's not important. It's not helpful, but it's, I kind of have to fight against where my brain naturally wants to go. And, yeah. NJ says, hey, Hank, I found Batman/Gotham ambience. Ooh, please share a link to that if you can. TW says a whopping 23. Hey, that's 23 more than you had when you began. So, Sylvan just under 100, been busy planning my classes for new school. You're trying to make time. And if you squeezed in 100 in that, Congratulations. All right. Sprint number 2. Did I post the link to sprint number 2? Let me post that just in case. And I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. All right, that's the end of sprint number 2. Be sure to copy out your words so that you don't lose them. Paste them into sprint number 3 or your word processor of choice. We sure hope your word processor of choice is Dabble. That's what we all use, and hope that you do too. If you're not a Dabble user, go to dabblewriter.com. You can get a 2-week free trial. No questions asked, no credit card or anything, and just give it a spin. See how you like it. We think you'll love it. How'd you guys do? Um, I'm working on my plot grid, so there's a lot of kind of behind the scenes stuff going on here, but I'm making progress. So I hope you guys are too. I don't have a word count necessarily to share because I'm doing plot grid work. So, some days it just be like that. Let's see, Ashpash 605. Uh, that's amazing. Let's see, the comments were scrolling. I was losing my place. Sorry about that. Athena 348, but this is a scene that needs a bit of slow approach. I understand that. You ever have one of those days, and maybe it's one of those days for you, Athena, where you write a sentence and you think, okay, how should I approach this? Like every sentence feels like it's a deliberate, you know, um, choice being made with each sentence. And I kind of love days like that. I'm glad that every day's not like that, but uh, yeah, some days it's just like that. And I think sometimes you can read back over it and say, I remember, the feelings that were going on when I was crafting this. Rachel, yay, 486. Congratulations. Emily, 445. Uh, Rachel says, found that writing list on Spotify. Love it. Love that. TW, Dabble's pretty awesome. Glad you think so. And glad that we have this thing in common that ties us all together. Rosalinda 435. I would love to hear how you do plot grid work. I struggle with plotting. Uh, and yes, Dabble is the best. Appreciate that. Um, the plot grid is one of the most difficult features to explain and to show because it's so personal for each individual person. I can, and yeah, we need to do some more demonstrations of um, how they can be used and how different people use them. One thing that I've been wanting to explore lately, and I'll probably do a live in the community, and because one thing that I've started doing is I have a couple of novels that were pantsed, um, and not a lot of like paper planning ahead of time, if you know what I mean, like writing out the plan. I I I always kind of have a road trip plan in my head, and I use that metaphor a lot because I I like it. Like I know where I'm ultimately going, and I know several stops along the way, but there's room in between stops to deviate and you know to allow for exciting things to happen. But what I found is that if you write like that, you can, after that first draft is completed and you have a fully constructed story, then taking that story chapter by chapter, breaking it down and filling in a plot grid, then helps you to kind of zoom out, get that 40, 50,000 foot view of your story. And sometimes seeing it and seeing how the plot points connect can help you to see, where deficiencies are, or see, sometimes it's motivation because you say, well, I completely connected those dots. Look at that, and it just, it can either be a big help for helping you fill in the gaps or a huge motivation for seeing that you did accomplish it. So whichever way is motivating for you, it can serve those. So yeah, we definitely need to do some exploring on that, and I'll talk with Doug and Abby, and we'll see if we can't plan a few little mini workshop if on using grid. All right, here we go. Final sprint. Let's get those words in, guys. I believe in you. You can do it. See you on the other side. Well, that's it for sprint number 3, everybody. I hope it was successful for you. As you can see, I'm working away in my plot grid, trying to take notes that I've gotten from an editor and fill out what those notes are per chapter. And so, yeah, that's how I'm tackling my revision process on this book. And I'm going to continue to work on that plot grid, and I'm sure you'll see me working on it next week during writing sprints. TW 267 better than 23. Congratulations. Rachel says hearing how others do plot work would be amazing. We'll see if we can't make that happen. So stay tuned at the Dabble U campus, and we'll plug something there so you guys will know. Danny said it's like Excel for story beats. That is a good way to look at it. Let's see. Ashpash 635. That sprint 2034 total. That is a successful writing day. Rachel says 455. Fly kept me swatting. It happens. Athena 526 for a total of 1.4K. Boom. Rosalinda 480 for a total of 1285, and NJ 805 total today. That is a success. I hope you guys, got something that you can keep working with. Rachel with 1223. And total today, amazing. Good work, everybody. So glad you could join us. Be sure to join Abby and I tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for our Q&A for wrap-up week for Indie Summer. And bring those questions. You guys have been so good about bringing provocative questions and discussion topics, and we've had such a great time on these Friday wrap-up shows. And I know we're going to have a great time tomorrow. So come join us. We'll see you then. And Doug will be back on Tuesday for writing sprints. Abby on Wednesday. And I'll see you next Thursday. NJ, I will not forget to respond to your email. Thank you for reminding me. I promise I'll do that today. Have a great day, y'all. See you later.